Yo, look at this parking lot. It's crazy out here. Everybody must be going to see this joint. Glad I ordered my tickets. This is wild, bruh. Everybody want to see that new Spider-Man, I'm assuming. So, I'm excited for the previews of what's coming out. I'm excited for the after joint. Yeah. Not gonna get my spot back, so it's all good. I was waiting for him, but it is what it is. If I have time, I ain't even gonna risk it. Just gonna try to get that spot. I think I might try to play for it, truth be told. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. But nah, I was, but that car down there, somebody just had a good day. Should have been a little more patient. Oh well, it is what it is. Wasn't a crazy walk, so we good. About to go ahead on in here, see what this thing be like. I'm gonna get y'all something if I can. No spoilers though, just like the opening scene or something, or the title card. We'll go from there. Good old movie theaters, I love it here, but I will holler at y'all shortly. What's good, y'all? Back again, another day, and here is the breakfast that we have this morning. We got some raspberries, strawberries. She actually took the time to cut up the strawberries. Got some blueberries over here, blueberry pancakes. Then we got scrambled eggs, which looks like we got some leafy green vegetables and tomatoes in there, turkey bacon, and orange juice. Gotta give credit where credit is due. This breakfast looks amazing. Great job, baby. Then also I gotta tell y'all about Spider-Man. Not giving any spoilers. I won't give any spoilers. But man, you gotta go see that movie. I'm going to go see it again. I'm taking Koi because it's like that. We're going. So yeah, we got the breakfast popping off, and I'm still replaying that movie in my head. You can still see the smoke in the kitchen. That's how you know she went off. But I will holler at y'all in a few once I scarf this down and get my day started. So holler at you shortly. What's good, y'all? So here's an interesting part of the job. I am currently in an attic right now, if you can't tell, which is the top of a house. The reason I'm up here right now is to check that water heater over there, which is gonna have to come out because it's 17 years old and the contractor did not catch it. This will cost us about $600 to $700 on the lower end and thousands of dollars on the high end. So this is a really good find. I'm glad I decided to crawl up here and take a look. No, I do not like being up here, but I definitely had to check this out because had I let this slide, like I said, it would have cost an exorbitant amount of money to not fix this issue. So the guys are gonna have to come back up here and replace this water heater, which is interesting because they put this brand new shiny ladder up, but when they did that, somehow they didn't think to check the water heater. So, you know, we may be able to cover the cost for this, but worst case scenario, they're gonna have to cover the cost themselves. Yeah, just figured I'd show you guys that because it looked pretty cool. Well, yeah, I'm up here, so figured I'd get some footage. This is what an attic looks like for those of you who've never seen it. This is what the top of your house looks like if you have this style attic. What up, what up? Headed to South Carolina. It's Friday. You already know what that means. Gotta go grab my boy Koi. I was gonna wait to do this until I saw it a second time with Koi, but I figured I plan on seeing it today for the second time, so it'll probably still be in this video. So with that being said, I'm gonna get my first review of Spider-Man No Way Home. I actually thought the movie was pretty good. It was very enjoyable. 100% fan service. you know, they and this is spoiler, so let me say this: if you haven't seen it, then do not watch this video. I'll also put it in the title. I'll also make sure I put it in the description. This is spoiler. So if you are watching it at this point, you want to hear the spoilers. So with that being said, I thought it was really dope how they managed to bring back Toby and Andrew, even though they fought so hard to say that Toby and Andrew weren't going to be in the movie. I looked at spoilers because I'm always looking at spoilers. I'm always looking at plot lines, and I've been doing this ever since The Dark Knight Rises, because I just had to know what was going to happen once Batman got his back broken. So from then, pretty much every movie, comic book movie that's came out, I've been trying to find spoilers to find out what's going on. I did not do that with the very first Avengers movie. Funny story about that, me and my LB, Mike, man, shout out to Mike. We went to go see that movie on the day he graduated from college, and that was pretty dope because it was kind of the first time that Marvel built up everything, and it led to that ultimate Avengers type movie. So with that being said, to backtrack really quick, yes, Toby and Andrew Garfield are in the movie, which is freaking awesome. I mean, as someone that's seen all of the Spider-Man movies, that was 100% fan service, but they did it in a way where it was relevant to the MCU and where everything is right now.
Continue on to Fairview Road.
The variants, you know, shout out to Loki. If you haven't seen that on Disney Plus, you definitely need to check that out, because with the addition of the variants and the multiverse, you got everybody. It's just chaos, which is so freaking dope, because in this world you can have Toby and Andrew and Tom and like all of the Spider-Mans in one. You can have 5 different Lokis. If you've seen the series, you already know. You can have 30 Lokis fighting each other in one room. You know, you can have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine that died. He can come back, and you have a totally different you have a totally different Wolverine. Maybe it's X-23. Maybe it's the girl. Like it just opens the door for so much. And I'm kind of getting off track talking about the multiverse as a whole, but it's hard to just talk about that movie and not do that, because me as a MCU fan that's always looking up spoilers, I don't just look at the movie as a self-contained movie. And honestly, if you look at No Way Home as a self-contained movie, it would be very, very, very confusing, because you...
In 4.3 miles at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Highway 218.
You have to see all of the Spider-Mans, really, because all of the villains came from the previous Spider-Man. So you got Doc Ock in there, you got freaking Green Goblin, the OG Spider-Man villain from the movies. You got Jamie Foxx, who, you know, I could say, I think Jamie Foxx and the Sandman and Lizard, honestly, were super, super, super underdeveloped characters in the film. Like, they were purely fan service. Like, you would have to see their own movies. You would have to watch the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in order to understand why they were even in there, because they didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Doc Ock, he played more of a bigger role in the film. And of course, Green Goblin, he played the biggest role in the film. But overall, you know, it was those 3 characters where you had Lizard Man, you had or Reptile, whatever, I can't even think of his name. Him, Electro, and who was the other one? Sandman. They basically didn't really do anything to push the storyline forward or move anything or set anything in motion. They didn't really have anything other than just being fan service. So, you know, it was cool, don't get me wrong, but overall to the MCU, you know, it really didn't serve any purpose other than to be like, yeah, fans, we heard you. This is what we gonna do, which is dope. You know, I love that they actually did that. You know, I gotta go back and see Resident Evil. I've been very skeptical, but I do need to check it out just to see it. Now, that one I hadn't looked up any spoilers. I probably should go do that soon. But back on topic, the movie itself was great. If you've seen and you've been watching Spider-Man over the years and everything comes together and it makes sense, if you're watching it from a standpoint of, you know, I haven't been involved in the MCU at all and I just want to hop in, this probably isn't your movie. I like the fact that they set up Doctor Strange and Spider-Man to have like this moral type battle where it was on some Civil War type vibes, which Civil War is my favorite non-Avengers MCU movie. Winter Soldier is like a close second because that movie, Cap got busy. But as far as solo movies, it was really dope to see those two have their own Civil War type moral battle. So it was dope watching that. The ending with Spider-Man having to erase everybody's memory, I thought was pretty cool. You know, it was like a gut punch because he built all this time up with his friends, and you know, now they don't know who he is, but they're still alive. It's like very surreal, and you know, in a way, it kind of symbolizes growing up. You know, you grow up and your friends, they don't die, but they're not as close to you as they were before, or you know, you don't really have the same relationship that you did at one point in time. You still love them, but you reach a new level to where, you know, you don't really know them anymore because you've had different experiences that molded you down this way, and they've had different experiences that molded them down that way, and it's totally different paths and totally different trajectories. So, you know, I thought that was a pretty cool touch, to make everybody forget who Spider-Man was, and then, you know, MJ, Zendaya, and then Ned could live their lives and be happy. Another big spoiler, Aunt May dies. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about it because there were only 3 women in the movie. Zendaya, Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, and then the black admissions lady. She was in
2 miles at the roundabout, so, take the second exit onto Highway 218.
Off one of them. So now you only got 2 women in the movie, and a lot of people were upset about that. Aunt May dying, it definitely was a big shocker. Like, well, it wasn't a shocker because I read the spoiler, but her dying, I thought was, you know, it was a very touching moment because that's kind of what pushed Peter over the edge, and where he had to decide, am I just going to be running around being Spider-Man killing people, or am I going to be able to stop myself? It was kind of like Star Wars, where he had a moment to decide if he was going to go to the dark side or if he was going to stay, you know, on the lighter side and stay the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which I thought was a pretty cool touch. And, you know, that's also something that we go through in life. You know, I try to look at movies and make parallels and try to figure out what we can take from any movie and figure out how we can use them to advance and move in our lives. So, you know, it's like you have moments in life where things go wrong, and you know, you can either let it set you down a path where you become this bitter, spiteful, resentful person and you just completely shut off and you just go do whatever, or you know, you take that moment and you learn from it and you still have compassion and generosity and you stay human to a certain degree. Whereas, you know, a lot of people cut off that human element in their life and they just become brutal and it's like robotic, and they don't think about, they lose empathy, you know. So I think that was kind of the way of saying, hey, you know, if you go down this path, you're gonna lose your empathy, but if you stay on this course and you do it this way, then, you know, yeah, it's gonna be, you're gonna go through a lot of hurt, you're gonna go through a lot of pain, and you may even lose people that you love, but inside your moral compass will still be intact. And that's something that if you're in the business world that you deal with every day, because things happen and you have to decide, are you going to let this destroy your moral compass, or
at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Highway 218
and continue to believe on the principles and play the game correctly based on your morals and your convictions. So I thought that was pretty dope. I'm trying to think what else. Because I'm trying to make sure that I just talk about the movie. Because like I said, I don't look at Marvel movies as just a Marvel movie. I look at Marvel movies in totality and how it affects everything. Because like I always say, the MCU has been amazing when it comes to taking the movies and making you want to see the next one. So with this one, it really made me want to see Doctor Strange, because
in 3.1 miles, turn right onto Concord Highway.
You know, now we gotta know. There's still so many questions that we have unanswered from the Loki series. You know, we still haven't seen Kang, or He Who Remains, since the last episode of Loki. So he's still floating around in the multiverse somewhere, and we don't know what's going on. We haven't seen Loki since the last episode of Loki. So he's still floating around in all of his variants. You know, it's just so much in the MCU. And then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, well, shit, at this point, we're so far past spoilers. The first clip, because there were two at the end of the movie. The first one, you have Tom Hardy from Venom come through, and he's talking and he's trying to get an understanding of everything. And then at the end of, when Doctor Strange sends everybody back to their universe, he also sent back Tom Hardy, but he dropped off a piece of the Venom symbiote in the MCU universe. So I don't think we'll have a crossover with Tom Hardy, but that possibility isn't closed off, because again, you have variants. But you know, we'll probably be looking at two types of Venoms, because you have that Venom from the Tom Hardy universe, but now you have a different symbiote which is in the MCU, which is totally separate now. So it's like, wow, we can't wait to see how that works out. And then also the other clip at the end, if you stayed all the way past the rest of the credits, you see the trailer for Doctor Strange 2. And it looks like, from the looks of it, Wanda is going ham. For my people that like Marvel and you're into it, but you don't go read the Reddits like I do, America, I think it's America Sanchez, Miss Marvel, or Miss America, my bad. She is in the movie, and what they're saying right now is that the whole purpose of the movie is Wanda trying to steal her powers so that she can go back and get her kids, which she heard at the end of WandaVision. So if you've seen WandaVision, you know she was in the dark hole and astral projecting herself all over different universes, and then she heard her kids calling her.
At the next light, turn right.
And I'm gonna say this, I haven't seen this on any of the spoilers, but what I think is that same thing that came from Shang-Chi. If you've seen Shang-Chi, when they opened the door, how the same thing that was calling Shang-Chi's father, I think that's the same force that was calling Wanda, saying that it was her kids, you know what I'm saying? So you have that going on. And then what's his name, Mordo from the first Doctor Strange is coming back, and of course he's mad and he has it out for Doctor Strange as always. And some of the spoilers I've seen, guys, they're saying that you might be looking at the first look at Charles Xavier.
At the light, use the right lane to turn onto Concord Highway.
And if you dig into Marvel, you'll know that the Illuminati is a group of superheroes that control and manipulate what happens on the timelines to make sure that things are happening in order, or, you know, they pretty much control, like, you know, an
turn right
that we have in conspiracy theories. But, you know, they have that going on as well. So I'm really excited now that I've seen No Way Home. I gotta see Doctor Strange, and I gotta see Ant-Man Quantumania. So, like I said, Marvel is really good at stacking up experiences, and they don't just give you it all at once. Like,
in 10 miles, take a slight right turn onto US 601 South.
You know, Infinity War was 20 years in the making. And so now what we're dealing with, Civil War was like 10 movies in the making. So it's always dope the way that they stack movies on top of each other that add into the ultimate overall ethos of the MCU. I really, really, really love it. It keeps us fans engaged. It keeps us looking. It keeps us wanting more. It even has us watching these TV shows. Oh, also another spoiler alert, going back to Spider-Man No Way Home specifically. Matt Murdock was in there. The Matt Murdock from Daredevil from the Netflix series. That was super cool because now you open the possibility of Luke Cage coming back and the girl, I can't think of her name, but her too. Her show was great. Not Jessica. What was it? I'm having a brain fart right now. But the Defenders. The Defenders might be coming back, and it may be the same characters from the Netflix show, which would be super, super, super dope if they keep everything in continuity in that way. But overall, I know I went on a tangent. I apologize if you were looking for a specific No Way Home review. Like I said, it's very hard for me to do that because I don't look at Marvel movies as just a single film. But it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it a lot. Definitely check it out. I think once I look at it the second time, I can kind of focus more on the movie itself and look at that rather than looking at all of the different pieces of the puzzle, which I do when it comes to Marvel movies. But usually the second time around, I can pretty much enjoy the movie for itself. But yeah, I would definitely say check it out. Like I said, I'm going to see it again today. I'm taking Koi. We're going to go see it. So definitely check it out. And I will holler at y'all shortly once I make some pit stops and I grab Koi and we go to the movies. I'm going to try to do my second review. So this is probably going to be a longer video. And we'll go from there. I'll holler at y'all in a few. What up, y'all? Headed to South Carolina. And I'm just thinking, you know, I'm in South Carolina technically. But anyways, I was just driving, and when I drive a lot, I get to think, and I was just, you know, going over things in my head, and I really feel like I'm finally starting to get back to my stride with this content creation. So what that means for you, the viewer, is we're about to crank it up a notch to the next level, meaning that the video quality and production is going to be so much better. It's going to be a lot less and me trying to gather and collect my thoughts, because I finally started to hit the pocket now where I'm good with talking on the camera and expressing my thoughts and getting out to you guys what I want to convey in each video, which means that now I don't have to focus on the actual content, but the presentation of the content, how I want the content to look, and what I want to convey, and what I want to get across. Now, obviously, that means we're going to be looking at investing in a camera, because it's kind of hard, and a laptop as well, because it's kind of hard to edit purely on my iPhone, which I've been doing for these videos. So if you like the video quality, yay, but you know, it's iPhone standard. So we're about to ramp it up, about to get much better. There's some things that I'm going to be investing in moving forward. The gaming, streaming is going to be ramping up as well, moving up to the next level. We're going to set up a whole studio. It's coming, and the content and the quality of the content is going to be so much better. So I feel like I said, I'm finally starting to hit my stride in my pocket. So now it's time to expand and multiply and keep it moving while we're going. So just really wanted to get that out there and share it with y'all. If you notice, I haven't really been posting on social media like that. If you look at my Instagram, it's like Curtis York. I haven't been doing that many stories because my stories have been my vlog. So that's super dope. I'm not the biggest social media fan at this point. I check in on a couple people, but what I've noticed is the algorithms change so much. I very rarely see my people on my feed. All I'm seeing now is suggested pages. So Instagram switched up the algorithm again. I can already see it. All they focus on now more than anything is stories rather than actual pictures and photos on people's feeds. So if your likes are going down and you're wondering why, that's what's going on there. So really happy that now I'm always said, you know, if I do it, I gotta be in a position where I'm not only showing the good and I'm showing the highlight reel, but I'm keeping it 100 and I'm showing other aspects too. Like, every day isn't always roses. Every day isn't always fun and exciting. Some days we just got some boring days. And I try to figure out ways to keep y'all entertained with that as well. But I'm really excited. I see my following is growing. Shout out to all of my subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my views going up a little bit more based on the content. So I think I have a much better understanding of what you guys want to see. So I'm going to start putting that out there as well. Just had to verbalize it and manifest it. But instead of in these car rides, I just have time to think and go on mental journeys and just explore my mind and kind of meditate, honestly. So it's how I stay sharp. So yeah, I'll let you.
Nobody.
That noise you hear in the background, that is Koi. I know you can't really see him because I don't have the lights on, but he is back there. Say hey.
Hey.
Koi is finally back. He hasn't been on the vlog in a second because he wanted to go to his grandma last weekend, but
I wasn't mad at you, Dad. I was just doing what my mom said I was. So I wasn't mad at you. I was just doing what my mom said I was.
But anyways, we about to go to the movies to see
Spider-Man.
No Way Home. This will be my second time seeing it and Koi's first time seeing it. So
I thought this movie just came out.
It did just come out, but I went to go see it last night.
You went to see it without me?
Oops. Yeah, I did. But we about to go see it together right now. But yeah, I'll let y'all in the future.
Where
Could
are
you
my
send this to
manners?
my mom?
Sonic, meet.
This comes on my birthday. April 8th, 2022.
So Koi, Spider-Man, No Way Home. What do you think about the movie?
That was 3 minutes. No, I liked it, but it had not that good of an ending.
You liked it, but it had a not that good of an ending. You didn't like the ending?
No,
Why not? Okay. Well, let me ask you this. What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part?
Yeah.
I can't pick one.
You can't pick your favorite part?
No, I can't.
Okay. Would you watch it again?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you.